Hello and welcome back to homeschoolcurriculumcenter.com. We are your source for curriculum reviews and resources. We give you information on everything homeschool, including top curriculum choices, free curriculum options, best online curriculum, and resources for every subject. So, welcome back. Thank you for joining us on today. We are back with another great homeschooling resource. Go ahead and hit subscribe so you can be notified when we upload videos on the latest homeschooling resources. Today's resource is a free resource. So remember, if you want to get information on this resource, how to access it, how to use it in your homeschool, remember, watch this video in its entirety where I will show you the ins and outs of this online resource. Today's resource is free and it is a writing resource and it is called The Elements of Style. The Elements of Style is actually a guidebook on English language usage. It was written in the early 20th century. This book outlines the essential principles of clear and concise writing. It focuses on the rules and usage principles of composition that are frequently overlooked in today's time, right? So its aim is to equip writers, both students and instructors, with practical tools for improving their writing style. So when you go to the website of gutenberg.org, you will find there are options here of how to download this guide. So lots of options available. You can just read it online if you want to. You can also send it to a Kindle or other e-readers. So lots of ways to get access to this guidebook. But it does give you a clear outline of the English language usage. So the rules and principles of composition and all those things that are needed for great writing. So I did access it here online. Here is the Project Gutenberg ebook for the Elements of Style. And so here you have the Elements of Style book here. So it is a interactive table of contents. So you can click on these numbers here to jump to a particular rule of usage. So as you can see, it's divided into sections here. So here's the elementary rules of usage. So kind of our beginning principles there, like of the English language. Then you have elementary principle of composition. So the basics of composition there. A few matters of form, words and expressions commonly misused, spelling, and exercises for chapters 2 and 3. So definitely great here if you want to focus on a particular skill or just kind of go through this entire guide. It's not very long at all to kind of do a good overview of rules of the English language. So there are rules of usage and then there are rules of composition, okay? So you have the form the possessive singular of nouns by adding apostrophe s. In a series of 3 or more, when single conjunction, use a comma after each term. So these are just kind of some of those basic rules of usage there. And then here are principles of composition, principles of writing. So make the paragraph the unit of composition, one paragraph to each topic. As a rule, begin each paragraph with a topic sentence and with the conformity with the beginning. So definitely go through and see if these are ideas that you want to be sure that you hone in on with your children. Definitely a great guide. So you can click on the particular section there, it will hop to that section there and you can read over it. There are examples. And then you can also use other websites to actually practice these skills, or you can actually practice in real life writing. Have your child to write examples of using this particular skill. So definitely, it is definitely a great guide here to get those old school rules to English there. So here's the part 2 there for how to write a composition. So definitely it gives you definitely the basic guidelines of the English language. So it definitely is old school writing here, black and white, no frills, none of that, nothing jumping out at you, but it gives you those basic rules of the English language and things that we really need to go back to teaching our children so that they have those basic rules of grammar and writing a composition. So definitely you can grab this guide. It is totally for free. It can be used as a reference tool as well. So you may not need to actually teach from this. I mean, you could teach from it, but you don't have to. You can use it as a reference guide. Like, what do I do when I need to make a noun possessive? Where do I place commas, right? So you can definitely use it as a reference book, or you can use it as a teaching guide as well. It could be a crash course for the summer with your students, right? If you want to prepare them for high school English, definitely give them this crash course. It's not very long at all. So up to 50 pages there, a little bit more, including that chapter, that part, but definitely not very long at all. You can go through all this material over a summer, over a break period there to be sure your children have a basic of the English language. So definitely head on over to Gutenberg.org where you can definitely download a copy of this guide. Remember, you can do it in electronic form as well as online version there. And there's actually plain text you can download as well as printed if you wanted a printed copy. So definitely, this is great information here, available totally for free online. If you are in need of other writing and grammar resources, remember we have a full playlist right here on YouTube of other writing and grammar resources. Head on over to that playlist and binge watch for those resources. We have a playlist for every single subject, including electives and so on and so forth. So head on over there to watch those playlists. You can also grab a free guide at Homeschool Reading Resources if you're in need of grammar and writing tools and materials there, curriculum options. This is a free download, so you can definitely head on over and grab this free guide that gives you a list of writing and grammar curriculum, website, and other resources. So head on over to grab a copy of that guide. Remember to share this video with other families so they have this information also. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified when we upload videos on the latest homeschooling resources. Also, check out our description box. There are so many helpful links in there. And remember, happy homeschooling.